Jesus. It just can't pull it. Hopefully this isn't too muddy. Not trying to get stuck today. It's a bit muddy. What's up, YouTube? Today we're going over to St. Paul, Minnesota here. We're gonna go clean out a couple of feed tanks. So this will be a little interesting. I'll see if I can get some video here, but we're gonna basically have to climb on top of these. They're like 20-foot tall plastic tanks. They store the feed in that gets shipped in off of rail cars. So they empty them out, fill these tanks or whatever, and then they use that to fill semi-trucks and trailers as they haul it kind of all over the Midwest from what I hear. So should be interesting. We're going to have to get the truck up close, and then we're going to put probably 20 feet of standpipe going up to a little mezzanine that'll give us access to the top of the tanks. So then we're pretty much going to throw some hose down in the tank, suck out. Hopefully there's a lot of liquid, we can just suck that out. Last time we did these, it was like, I think single digits. It was really, really cold. So it was a little bit more challenging because everything was frozen. So we spent a lot of time just cutting all the stuff apart to get it sucked up and cleaned out. But either way, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing. We'll have to get some our water line pulled up there with some extensions on it to reach down to the bottom. Basically just rinse them out. It's not terribly complicated, but the access to them is a little bit challenging because the top of the tank is, you know, it's whatever, 20-something feet off the ground, but you only have access through maybe like a, I don't know, probably the size of my steering wheel. It's like a 14-inch lid. So we have to get our hose down through there, reach down with our water through there, try to be able to see in there while spraying hot water, which makes a bunch of steam, and somehow operate some kind of light. We got a little handheld spotlight or something else we can, stick in there to attempt to see what exactly we're doing. So it's a little challenging. The mezzanine doesn't totally give you access to it, so you kind of have to like lean through the handrail of it to get into the lid, which is, it was kind of painful. You're really doing some interesting body maneuvers to be able to operate all the stuff over the handrail, through the handrail, down 20 feet to see the bottom of the tank. So that's what we're going to be doing. We'll see. I'll try to get video. I don't know how well I'll try to mount the camera on my hard hat, but I'm not totally sure how well you're going to be able to see in the tank because it's like 8 inches off of my head, and like I said, it's a pretty small access hole, so I'll do my best. But yeah, so that's the plan. Otherwise, we're just driving up into St. Paul. Should have a nice sunrise. It'd be kind of cool. It's a little warmer out today. The truck says 32 degrees, so that's pretty reasonable for this time of year. It's January, end of January here in Minnesota. So we've been dealing with a lot of single digits, negatives, double digit negatives, crazy winds on top of that. So it's, it feels like it's 20 below a lot of times. So thankfully we don't have that to deal with, so this should go pretty smoothly. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan here. I'll keep the camera rolling as we get into St. Paul. That might be kind of cool. You basically take the freeway, it goes right along the river, and then this feed plant is basically on the river. just kind of outside of St. Paul. So we'll do that, and I might throw some B-roll or whatever, just keep the camera rolling of driving through here. Otherwise I'll fire the camera up once we get there, try to get some video of the setup. That's going to be a little interesting. But yeah, so there you go. That's the plan for today. We'll see how that goes. Figure it might be worth mentioning, I'm in a different truck from my last video. This is my normal truck, so this one's a Western Star with a Rival Vac body on it. This one's pretty new. I got this back in the beginning of November of this year, of last year, of 24. So I do like this truck. It's honestly been a really solid truck the last 3 months I've been running it. So it's a little different. The last one was, in that first video I did, was one of our VacVlog trucks. So that was on a Kenworth T800 chassis. So a little different, but yeah, this one's got, the whole setup's a little different. The truck's a little bit smaller. This one's a quint axle setup, so I've got two front pusher lift axles, and then I have a really big like 24,000 pound tag axle with big wide tires on it. But so this one also has a rubber boom versus most of our other trucks are metal telescopic booms. This one's just a big long rubber hose, which has its advantages and disadvantages. Hopefully, I want to do a video, hopefully soon, kind of a whole walkthrough of probably this truck. Maybe at some point I can do some of the other trucks, but just kind of walk through. I know most people don't know the first thing about how these trucks work or what they even do, besides they're just big vacuums. But I think that would be kind of fun. I could walk through, explain how everything works with my hydraulics and blower, and how the boom works, my tailgate, debris body. I could just do that whole thing. I think that'd be kind of fun. So hopefully that can come out here soon. But yeah, otherwise we're using this thing today. I can hold, this truck's got a 10-yard debris body, and someone could do the math. I don't know exactly what that transfers to if you try to figure out gallon wise, if I'm doing liquid stuff. My other trucks they're all either 12 or 12.5 yard debris bodies, and with those I could fit between 1,800 and 2,000 gallons, if I vac up any sort of liquid stuff. So being a 10-yard, this thing's a little bit smaller. I would guess somewhere in the 1,500 gallon ballpark. So a little different, but this truck is set up more so to be road legal. So it's a little bit lighter. The whole build out of the truck is a little bit lighter, and then obviously with the quint axle setup, you can distribute that weight a lot better, than the other trucks, which were the previous truck I drove was a T880 Kenworth with a tandem drive setup, and it had 2 lift axles, had a pusher and a tag axle. So that truck went, and those are just the 2, I believe, 9,800 pound axles. So you got to be a little more careful with those. But this thing, it's actually got the onboard airway system, which is kind of nice to reference, just to make sure you're staying legal with your weights, because these trucks do get really heavy. It's as you saw in that last video, I was with that VacVlog going up the hill at the landfill there. I was 97,000 pounds, almost 98,000 pounds. So there's a Badger. But yeah, so they get super heavy. Water's heavy, 8-something pounds, 8.3 pounds per gallon. And we hold 1,200 gallons of water on these trucks, plus whatever you're sucking up. And like that water jet media was incredibly dense and heavy. And then the rest of the tank filled with water. So they get heavy really quick. But yeah, so right now I'm running my 2 pusher axles down on this truck. I have a full tank of water, 1,200 gallons. So that keeps me at a nice weight. And then when I'm full, I can drain off my water if I need to. Otherwise, I also run my that rear tag axle, and that just helps lift the back end. It just really distributes the weight well, because the tank on this truck is very it's the diameter is less. It's a smaller diameter tank, but it's really long. So it's kind of nice because it distributes that weight over all of my axles really well. And it's also, by doing that when they built these trucks, it's also a lot shorter. So this truck, I believe, clears 12 foot. I think they said it was, when the sales guys came down here, I think they said it was like 11:10, maybe 11:11 or so. It's just shy of 12 feet, where everything else we have, every other truck we have, besides the tankers, they're like right at 13.6, which is that's the same as every, your dry vans, your semi-trailers, all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of nice. I haven't run into too many scenarios where that's helpful, but around here in the Twin Cities, there are a number of low bridges and that kind of thing where, we can't go. We have to reroute, find a different way to get to where we're going, because we're not trying to rip the trucks apart under a bridge. So, yeah. So we're just kind of pulling up here in St. Paul. That's the old Mississippi there. So we're just going to go around here. It's all industrial stuff. We have some aggregate companies here, and then the Metropolitan Council wastewater treatment plant. That's the wastewater plant for, I believe, the metro area. So I believe it's everything Minneapolis, St. Paul, and then kind of the surrounding 5 counties can bring stuff here. And I believe everything from the cities just flows here too. So we will pull up here in just a few minutes, and I'll see if I can get a plan put together, and then I'll fire the camera up, hopefully get some video of our setup, and then as we're working, and then I'll take you with as we go to dump this stuff out. We have to go dump it at a dairy farm. We put it in their manure pit. There's really not much you can do with this stuff. It's essentially molasses is what it is. So you can't really put it at our standard dump sites, mix it with dirt and stuff. So we take it to a dairy farm, and they end up spreading it on the fields. So I will catch up with you guys in just a couple minutes. There you go. Right there. Perfect. So it'll be high, but we'll just put the elbow up over that rail. That way we're not messing with it as we climb up through here. that beats running the hose up that ladder. That was stupid. Okay. Oh, perfect, yeah. You got a clamp handy? Behind you. Let's do this one down here. Do you want to go? Yeah, I suppose we want to go on that first. Because then we'll just lift that up and set it on there. Clamp. But yeah, if you have that ratchet strap, we could just go probably around both the top and the bottom handrail, and then around the pipe. Just keep that tight.
14 feet long, so.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Sorry if you can just hear me breathing. Oh, yeah. Should probably tie that off first. What do we say? It's not going anywhere. Oh yeah. So these are the 3 that we did. That's full. It's just a little awkward trying to get down there without being unsafe. So how full are these? It's got a little bit. It's kind of a lot. We'll see. Supposedly we should fit it all in one load. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Got it. I think then we just need my water pulled out.
Okay. I'm gonna help you get everything set up, then pull it out.
I can do this stuff. If you want to do that, I'll lower the water down to you,
Okay.
and you can hook that up. Can probably leave the burner off. I don't think we'll need it, and then we can see what we're doing. It'll get so steamy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. And just the dig tube. just throw this on the end. And just tape that sucker on. Do this so it's easier to use it next time. Then this guy. Yeah, I like it. Pull this rope somewhere I'm not gonna trip over it. Right there. Yeah. And that is for me. And this can go down right here. Looks good enough to me. And then it. Jesus. It just can't pull it. Yeah. That stuff's not watered down though, it's thick. It won't pull it submerged. Be really slow. Alright, so we're back on the road. We ended up doing 2 loads with that. So we finished working this morning. We filled the truck, drove about 45 minutes one way to dump it out at the dairy farm. Turned around, came back here. We just filled the truck again. So we're now done for the day. Yeah, that molasses stuff, man, that is some thick, heavy stuff. Yeah, truck was pulling it super hard. It was not flowing very well, so you really just have to set the tube right above the level in the tank and just sip it. Like, we tried burying the hose into it, like what we could do with water, anything lighter. You can always, for the most part, bury the hose into the liquid, and it'll just start sucking it through and pulling it. But with that stuff, it's just not even close. It just chugs so hard. So we're off to dump this out. I'll fire the camera up again once I get to the dump site. I'll pressure offload at least most of it, and then I'll crack the tailgate open, dump the rest of the solid stuff out. But that's kind of fun. It's a pretty cool process when we get to do that, because these new these Rival trucks are able to pressure offload. I can turn my switch. It's a big lever right behind the cab right there. Go from vacuum for when we're working and sucking stuff up, into flip it up the other way, and it just reverses the flow of the air, and it ends up pressurizing the tank in the back. So then it just pop the gate valve open, and it'll just shoot that stuff right out the back. It's pretty cool. So I haven't been able to do that. Jesus. We haven't been able to do that with any of our other Hydrovac trucks. The tankers can do it because they're kind of set up the same way as this thing, but none of the Hydrovacs can do it. So it's pretty fun. I'll show you that. But yeah, I'll kind of let it roll through. We had a nice sunrise coming into St. Paul, and now we're kind of getting the sunset as we're leaving. So we'll watch that, and then I'll fire the camera back up once we're over at the dump site. Show you that whole process. Alright, so we're just about to pull into the dairy farm here. Go ahead and get this thing unloaded. Lift up these here axles. Yeah. See if we can get this done here before it gets too dark out. This is a super tight little operation here to get the truck in where I gotta dump it, so it's nice to not have to do that when it's pitch black outside. Kind of nice. This is literally right next to our shop. Our shop is just behind those buildings there, so that makes for a pretty nice little dump trip instead of having to go somewhere farther out of the way. Just swing in here. It's nice of these guys to take this stuff because I don't know what else we would do with it. Say hi to the cows. I don't think they want to say hi to the vac truck, though. Hopefully this isn't too muddy. Not trying to get stuck today. It's a bit muddy. So then we gotta make sure we don't clip the side of the truck here on the building. So glad this truck turns good. It's just a night and day difference compared to our other ones. Yeah, that would have easily been like a 4-point turn in a different truck. Alrighty. Yeah, it's so slidey. Usually I'll back down over here, but as soon as you're on the brakes, your front end just gives out, can't steer. So we're trying it this way. That seems a little better, just driving in here. But now we gotta back in here, do like a little maneuver. Say hi to the skid loader. Get past that signpost. What we're gonna do, I think that's about good. Oh yeah. Like it's molasses. Yes, sir. boom valve. Open that up. That'll get you. Oh yeah. I like to cover that so I can see at night. Just gets a little too bright. And here we go. Get out of here. Just sliding. That's just ridiculous. Go ahead and not drive through that. Just take a really tight corner over here again. Try to not slide into this pond. Sure we don't hit that. God, this turning radius is just awesome. All right, bye cows. Bye. All right, well, that's that. Thanks for watching, and until next time.